live streamed. So there will be questions or comments from there possibly. We have, Sandy will be around, she has a microphone. And when you have a comment or question and answer to our questions, please make sure we're speaking into the microphone so live. Think this will work? I can walk around now? Cool. So with further ado, let's get into our questions here and we can get some answers and comments from everybody. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work like that. But anyway, so what are we starting off with are, what are the characteristics and skills of a senior pastor at St. John? What do you need your pastor to be like? A listener. A listener? That's good. Anybody else got anything? Open-minded. Open-minded. Caring. Yes, yes. Helpful. Selfless? What else we got? Anything? I'm sure we got more comments. Yes, dear. I can't hear. Listens to you? Yes, listens. Listens. A delegator. That's a good one. Available on call. Okay. And where are we at? Fire away. I can't. I'm sorry. Forgiving. Dedicated. Engaging. Anybody else got anything?
How about traditional and contemporary?
Traditional and contemporary. Well-rounded, yes. What keeps you coming to St. John? Got something? Jill?
I came from a very, 20 years ago, came from a church that was very much men were in charge of everything, and that turned a lot of people like me off, young churchgoers. So having women in leadership is a good thing for this church.
Yes.
I keep coming because of the sense of community and the people.
Yes.
I'm a music person, so the music that we put on in this congregation, being a performer as well as an enjoyer of the music, was the first driving thing that brought me here almost 40 years ago and continues to keep me here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Anybody else got anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I come because of what our church does for the community and what we do for each other.
I come for all the reasons everybody else said, plus the number of ministries we have and the variety of ministries we have that we're called to do in this church.
Diverse and innovative. That's from, so we had from Livestream, a comment was the diverse people and the innovation that we have within this church. I don't even remember what I just said. We have diverse people and we have innovative people within this church.
There's a comment over there.
Okay.
For us, I think it's the youth activities for not just this, but like my older kids now, just the involvement that they've had all along. You're welcome.
Anybody? Okay. Next question.
Oh, got one.
The amount of services, so if I miss a service, I can just come to the next one.
Very good. So, where would you like to see St. John in 5 years? Where would we be? Where should we be in 5 years?
Somewhere warm.
Sure, sure. Anybody else got, where would you like to see us in 5 years?
I want to see a pastor who can tell a story and not put half the congregation to sleep.
I'd like to see the church full of people coming every Sunday.
I'd like to see the church continue to expand in the community with various services. Maybe similar to the food pantry, not as big, but there's a lot of need out there that I think we can meet.
Is there anything else over here? Yep. Hold on, just a second.
As the parent of a newly or will be newly graduated high school student who's spent his whole life in technology, let's get more of them involved by getting more, I don't know, on the social media platform. And I know we do the live streaming, but there are a lot of opportunities to be made, to be had by going out in that direction as well.
You know, I think that overall what the congregation really is looking for is stabilization. We've had so many uncontrollable circumstances that have happened over the last 10 years that we really need more stabilization and structure.
I would want to see the church in the same exact spot because it's off a busy road, especially with a lot of things in Joliet based on this road. I think it opens up more opportunities for people to come over.
Just so you know, off our live stream, Got a couple more messages. St. John's offers something for everyone. It respects people of all ages. And here's one for you. I live 200 miles away and enjoy the pastor's openness. It's good to hear. Anything? We good?
Has there been any response back from both pastors about what they see 5 years from now in this church? Are they expected, they plan themselves here? Do they see themselves here 5 years growing with St. John?
We will be, we are actually, they're coming up when we're talking to them. They're getting a lot of the same questions you are. So we take our answers in here in these forums, and when we talk to the pastor, we put everything together and we look at it. And if what the pastor's vision is matches up with what everybody's saying during these forums, then we got something to go forward on. Now, if it was way off in left field and nothing even comes close to matching, then we got to look at different avenues. But so yes, that's a part of what we'll be asking them when we interview them. So. Yeah.
Comments on the video, delete the path that we're on already.
Okay. So let me. They like another one from online or during the live stream is continue on the path we are already on. The youth programs, being here, it really helps them out. So. I know a lot of these cross over and stuff, but what would you like to see at St. John? What would you like to see in the future at St. John? Could be a ministry. You might want to see Glenn do more coffee hours. I don't know. More volunteers.
I go to some of the Wednesday services. I would want to see more people there. There's most of the seats or the rows are empty when I go to the Wednesday services.
What would you like to see at St. John? Oh, her? Oh. He wants to see more people, especially when it comes to Wednesday night services during the seasons. Instead of seeing empty pews, he'd like to see people in the pews. It's a common goal.
So when my wife and children first started at this church a couple of years ago, we were drawn in actually by, it was the Tailgate Party. That's what we came for. And, hello? Is this on? Oh, okay, there. Okay. And it got us here, and it showed us what a great community this was. And I think the events that we hold here are really amazing. Tailgate parties, Taste of St. John, chili cook-off, all those events. I think that's great. I think not only should we keep up with that, but expand it, have more things. The picnic is coming up, that's a great idea. And I think it really brings us together outside of the church and just lets people come together as a community, talk, the kids get to play and have fun. And I think that's a whole nother level, and I really think that we should keep going with that and just stay strong in that spirit. And with that said, I will do Taste of St. John.
Wow, I think this meeting's over. I got this one, Sandy.
I want more time to go to church because some people can't make it.
Yes.
So I agree with filling the pews, but I think we also want to make sure we expand the online and the social media, because, for example, my parents are out in Kansas City. They watch every program they can. So there are a lot of people that would probably dial in, so we can't ignore that.
That's true. I got it, I'll run. I feel this energy now.
Well, most of the services are live and you're able to watch them, but I would feel like we should put it out where you could watch them even after like the dates, like rewatch some of the old services if you missed them.
Yeah, good job. So we need to focus on building up St. John. I like to see St. John return to previous levels.
I guess I would like to see an expansion of adult forums. We currently have one Bible study, and it's a good Bible study, but it seems like there should be a couple more. So that would be my one thought. And I would, if I could go back to what we're looking for in a pastor, senior pastor, someone who is knowledgeable of the Bible, which I think most of them are, but they could provide that leadership for Bible studies.
What would you change about St. John? And what are the challenges that we face? Things you might change, and what are the challenges we face along the way?
I think that the call committee has the biggest challenge right now. I would like to see a strong leader in a pastor, one who can balance the business of the church with the spiritual growth of the church, one that takes the events and missions that we currently are involved with and pushes them forward to help us grow spiritually. And as they said, I like to see the younger people get involved. I'm impressed with the new members. Of course, younger people involved, most everybody is younger, so I would like to see that.
I will tell you, as a part of this committee, we don't take this lightly. So, you got anything else from over
Hi. I truly believe that with the current situation that we have with two pastors, I think that is adequate. I don't think we need a third pastor.
We got a create more community building. Create more community building. Could be. Like was said earlier, I would take it as more outreach in our community. Because we're just not in this building. We're kind of everywhere if you're not noticing. Messages from 200 miles away. We're reaching people, so.
Mark, it's been 20 years and we're 10 years past our phase 3, which was the gymnasium and the kitchen.
Does anybody else got anything on there? Is there anything else that anybody has that we didn't discuss that you want to bring out? Other concerns? Yep.
Excuse me. When we joined the church many, many years ago, my children were little, and there were so many programs for them. I believe it was called Jam. Yeah, Jam. They had a huge gathering on Wednesday nights for the kids. And my kids grew up in their faith. It just wasn't put at them when they were in confirmation. They got together with their people, and they did crafts. They had, they learned a lesson each week. And it wasn't necessarily church, but it instilled their faith. And I feel my children grew well being able to come to something like that. So that's something that we can reach out to maybe redevelop. My second comment is that whoever we hire, I would like to see them embrace both traditional and contemporary. I realize that contemporary is the up and coming, and all the young people are into the contemporary, but the church is still filled with older members who would appreciate the traditional values that we were brought up on and that we have become accustomed to.
I'll run, Sandy.
I'd like to say on a positive note, Bob and I have been members for almost 30 years. We've seen a lot of changes, good changes and bad changes. I think the two existing pastors are doing an amazing job. They were thrown into a situation, untrained, for a lot of the detail that they're expected, the congregation expects them to do. I think I would vote for both of them in a minute. They do their research, the sermons are good. The church isn't always about everything the pastor's doing, it's about what the congregation can do to assist the pastors.
I just want to piggyback off of what Lynn said and what, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, said, but I was a member, I was participating in led Jam for a number of years. I taught Sunday school and was superintendent for a number of years. If you want to have these programs, people have got to step up and volunteer. It's the same people all the time. We get burnt out. We can't keep doing it. If you want to continue to have these programs, people have got to step up.
You're doing a lot of running today, Gordon. I'd like to see an adult Sunday school or Bible study. Not everyone can make Monday night group.
I will tell you, when I was younger, I did not do a lot with our church, and I do regret it. I ushered, that was really about it. And my wife and I used to run the Sweetheart Dinner. But now that I'm retired, I do a little more with the food pantry. So just don't wait until you retire, because it gets tiring. Do it when you're young, when you have energy.
Anything else for a click here? Let us know. Okay, I'd like to say thank you for being in here, sharing your views and feelings. And it's definitely gonna help us do the work that we are asked to do. So again, thank you, and let's end with a prayer, the one that we've all been taught. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thank you.